Legends of Greek Mythology, the story of Theseus, Part 3, the return to Athens. When poor Princess Ariadne awoke, she could hardly believe that Theseus had really meant to desert her. However, there was the galley dancing on the waves, almost out of sight. She watched it till she could no longer look off on the bright water because of the tears in her eyes, and then she heard strange music, a sound of tambourines and pipes, and the clash of cymbals. She turned to look toward the pine wood behind her from which the sounds came, and saw a chariot drawn by two panthers. In the chariot sat Bacchus, the god of the vine, wearing a spotted fawn skin and a crown of cool ivy leaves. In coming through the wood, the god had twisted a spray of wild morning glory around his lance, and had thrust the sharp end of the lance into a large pine cone. He was surrounded by a merry, dancing crowd of nymphs and satyrs. When Bacchus heard Ariadne's story, he said, "Theseus should certainly have taken you to Athens, and considering all you did to help him, he ought, at the very least, to have made you a queen. But never mind, you shall have a better crown than any he could have given you." With these words, the god placed a crown of 9 bright stars on Ariadne's head. After this, he persuaded the other gods to take her up into the sky among themselves. There, in the northern sky, her crown still shines. With all his courage, Theseus must have been a very forgetful young man, for he not only left Ariadne on the island, but he forgot to hoist the white sail on the homeward voyage, as he had promised to do if all went well. Thus it happened that the ship came back to Athens with the ominous black sail flying. Poor old King Aegeus, watching from the rock, saw the black sail, and thinking that his son was dead, threw himself into the sea and was drowned. So when the children of the tribute arrived safe in the harbor after such a hazardous journey, there was mourning instead of rejoicing. After Theseus was made king, he brought his mother, Ethra, to Athens, and took good care of her for the rest of her life. He ruled wisely and was kind to the poor and the unfortunate. The end.